In a service with multiple circuit breakers and no main circuit breaker, the individual circuit breakers are responsible for interrupting fault currents. In the event of a fault, the circuit breaker closest to the fault will open first, but it must be able to withstand the full available short circuit current from the utility. In the specific example given, the available short circuit current is 22 kAIC. Therefore, all the individual circuit breakers must be rated for at least 22 kAIC to ensure that they can safely interrupt any fault currents that may occur in the service. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, requires that circuit breakers used in services be rated for the maximum available short circuit current at the point of installation, as per NEC 240.85 of. Since there is no main circuit breaker in this installation, the maximum available short circuit current at the point of installation is the full 22 kAIC from the utility. If circuit breakers not rated for the required kAIC are used, they may fail to interrupt fault currents safely. This could lead to catastrophic consequences, such as electrical fires, equipment damage, risk of electrocution and damage to the building structure. It is critical to understand how to properly specify and install circuit breakers to ensure electrical safety and code compliance. Consider a 120/240 volt service with 6 separate 60 amps, 2-pole circuit breakers and an available short circuit current from the utility of 22 kAIC. In this scenario, each of the 6 circuit breakers needs to be rated for at least 22 kAIC. The kAIC rating of a circuit breaker indicates its ability to safely interrupt a short circuit. A short circuit is an abnormal condition where electricity flows through an unintended path, bypassing the normal load. This results in a very high current flow, which can cause significant damage if not interrupted quickly. The available short circuit current is the maximum current that the electrical system can deliver to a fault location. This current is determined by the utility company based on the capacity of their transformers and the impedance of the distribution system. In a service with a single main circuit breaker, the main breaker is responsible for interrupting the entire fault current. However, when there is no main circuit breaker and multiple individual circuit breakers are used, each circuit breaker must be capable of handling the full available short circuit current. The reason for this is that in the event of a short circuit, the fault current will flow through the circuit breaker closest to the fault. If that circuit breaker is not rated for the available short circuit current, it may fail to interrupt the current safely. This failure can result in a number of dangerous consequences. Firstly, the circuit breaker may explode or rupture, causing damage to equipment and potentially injuring people nearby. Secondly, the fault current may continue to flow, causing a fire. Thirdly, the high current flow can damage other electrical components in the system. Therefore, it is essential to ensure that all circuit breakers in a service are rated for the available short circuit current. This requirement is specified in the NEC, which provides detailed guidelines for electrical installations. Specifically, NEC 240.85 states that circuit breakers used in services must be rated for the maximum available short circuit current at the point of installation. This means that the circuit breaker must be able to safely interrupt the highest possible current that could flow at the location where it is installed. In the absence of a main circuit breaker, the maximum available short circuit current is the current supplied by the utility company. This current can be determined by contacting the utility company or by performing a short circuit study. A short circuit study is a detailed analysis of the electrical system that calculates the available short circuit current at various points in the system. Once the available short circuit current has been determined, the appropriate circuit breakers can be selected. Circuit breakers are available in a range of kAIC ratings, typically from 10 kAIC to 200 kAIC or higher. The higher the kAIC rating, the greater the circuit breaker's ability to interrupt high fault currents. When selecting circuit breakers, it is important to choose a circuit breaker with a kAIC rating that is equal to or greater than the available short circuit current. Using a circuit breaker with a lower kAIC rating can result in the failure of the circuit breaker during a short circuit. In addition to the kAIC rating, it is also important to consider other factors when selecting circuit breakers, such as the voltage rating, the current rating, and the interrupting time. The voltage rating of the circuit breaker must be equal to or greater than the voltage of the electrical system. The current rating of the circuit breaker must be equal to or greater than the maximum current that the circuit is expected to carry. The interrupting time of the circuit breaker is the time it takes for the circuit breaker to interrupt the current flow during a short circuit. A faster interrupting time can help to minimize damage to equipment. In summary, when installing a service with multiple circuit breakers and no main circuit breaker, it is essential to ensure that all circuit breakers are rated for the full available short circuit current from the utility. This requirement is specified in the NEC and is critical for ensuring electrical safety and preventing damage to equipment. Failure to use circuit breakers with the appropriate kAIC rating can result in dangerous consequences such as electrical fires, equipment damage, and risk of electrocution. Always consult with a qualified electrician to determine the available short circuit current and to select the appropriate circuit breakers for the installation. Furthermore, regular inspections and maintenance of electrical systems are crucial to ensure their continued safe and reliable operation. This includes checking circuit breakers for signs of damage or wear, testing their functionality, and verifying their kAIC ratings. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure the safety of your electrical system and prevent costly and dangerous incidents. Understanding the principles of short circuit protection is fundamental to electrical safety. A short circuit represents an unintentional path for current flow typically characterized by very low impedance. This results in a rapid and substantial increase in current, far exceeding the normal operating current of the circuit. Without proper protection, this excessive current can generate significant heat, leading to insulation breakdown, arcing, and potentially electrical fires. The kAIC rating of a circuit breaker is a critical parameter that defines its ability to safely interrupt a short circuit. The Ka stands for kiloamperes, which represents thousands of amperes. The IC stands for interrupting capacity, indicating the maximum short circuit current that the circuit breaker can interrupt without failing. A circuit breaker's kAIC rating is determined through rigorous testing under controlled laboratory conditions. These tests simulate various short circuit scenarios, subjecting the circuit breaker to high fault currents and evaluating its performance. The circuit breaker must be able to interrupt the fault current quickly and effectively, without sustaining damage or posing a safety hazard. Several factors influence the available short circuit current in an electrical system. These factors include the utility's supply capacity, the transformer impedance, the conductor size and length, and the presence of other electrical equipment. The utility company is responsible for providing a certain level of short circuit current at the service entrance. The transformer impedance limits the amount of current that can flow during a short circuit. Lower impedance transformers generally result in high short circuit currents. The conductor size and length also affect the short circuit current. Larger conductors with shorter lengths have lower impedance, allowing for higher fault currents. Other electrical equipment, such as motors and generators, can also contribute to the available short circuit current. Calculating the available short circuit current requires a detailed analysis of the electrical system. This analysis typically involves using specialized software or consulting with a qualified electrical engineer. The calculation takes into account all of the factors mentioned above to determine the maximum short circuit current at various points in the system. Once the available short circuit current is known, the appropriate circuit breakers can be selected. The NEC provides specific guidelines for selecting circuit breakers based on the available short circuit current. As previously mentioned, NEC 240.85 requires that circuit breakers used in services be rated for the maximum available short circuit current at the point of installation. This requirement ensures that the circuit breakers can safely interrupt any short circuits that may occur. In addition to selecting circuit breakers with the appropriate kAIC rating, it is also important to consider other protective devices, such as fuses. Fuses are another type of overcurrent protective device that can be used to protect electrical circuits from short circuits and overloads. Fuses operate by melting a fusible link when the current exceeds a certain level. The melting of the fusible link interrupts the current flow, protecting the circuit from damage. Circuit breakers and fuses have different characteristics and are suitable for different applications. Circuit breakers are generally resettable, meaning that they can be reset after they have tripped. Fuses, on the other hand, must be replaced after they have blown. Circuit breakers are typically more expensive than fuses, but they offer the advantage of being resettable. Fuses are generally faster acting than circuit breakers, providing better protection against high fault current. The choice between circuit breakers and fuses depends on the specific application and the level of protection required. In some cases, a combination of circuit breakers and fuses may be used to provide comprehensive protection. Regular inspection and testing of circuit breakers and fuses are essential to ensure their proper operation. Circuit breakers should be inspected for signs of damage or wear, such as cracks, discoloration, or loose connections. Fuses should be checked to ensure that they are the correct size and type for the circuit they are protecting. Circuit breakers should also be tested periodically to verify their tripping characteristics. This testing can be performed using specialized test equipment that simulate short circuit conditions. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure the safety and reliability of your electrical system. The consequences of using undersized circuit breakers can be severe. If a circuit breaker is not rated for the available short circuit current, it may fail to interrupt the fault current safely. This can lead to a number of dangerous outcomes. The circuit breaker may explode or rupture, causing damage to equipment and potentially injuring people nearby. The fault current may continue to flow, causing a fire. The high current flow can damage other electrical components in the system, such as wires, transformers, and motors. In extreme cases, a short circuit can result in a catastrophic failure of the electrical system, leading to widespread power outages and significant property damage. Therefore, it is crucial to ensure that all circuit breakers are properly sized and installed. This requires a thorough understanding of electrical codes, short circuit calculations, and the characteristics of circuit breakers. Consulting with a qualified electrical engineer or electrician is highly recommended to ensure that your electrical system is safe and compliant. In addition to the kAIC rating, there are other important parameters to consider when selecting circuit breakers. These parameters include the voltage rating, the current rating, the interrupting time, and the type of trip unit. The voltage rating of the circuit breaker must be equal to or greater than the voltage of the electrical system. Using a circuit breaker with a low voltage rating can result in damage to the circuit breaker and potentially a fire. The current rating of the circuit breaker must be equal to or greater than the maximum current that the circuit is expected to carry. Using a circuit breaker with a lower current rating can result in nuisance tripping, where the circuit breaker trips unnecessarily. The interrupting time of the circuit breaker is the time it takes for the circuit breaker to interrupt the current flow during a short circuit. A faster interrupting time can help to minimize damage to equipment. The type of trip unit determines how the circuit breaker responds to overcurrent conditions. There are several types of trip units available, including thermal magnetic trip units, electronic trip units, and instantaneous trip units. Thermal magnetic trip units use a combination of thermal and magnetic elements to detect overcurrent conditions. Electronic trip units use electronic circuitry to detect overcurrent conditions. Instantaneous trip units trip instantaneously when the current exceeds a certain level. The choice of trip unit depends on the specific application and the level of protection required. In summary, selecting the appropriate circuit breakers for an electrical system is a critical task that requires careful consideration of several factors. These factors include the available short circuit current, the voltage rating, the current rating, the interrupting time, and the type of trip unit. Consulting with a qualified electrical engineer or electrician is highly recommended to ensure that your electrical system is safe and compliant. By following these guidelines, you can help to prevent electrical fires, equipment damage, and other dangerous consequences. Remember that electrical safety is paramount, and proper overcurrent protection is essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of your electrical system. Always prioritize safety and consult with qualified professionals when working with electricity.